the reason that they stated was that Brett Favre did have technically his best statistical with Minnesota in 2009. So I guess call that what you will there. So it wasn't maybe necessarily one last jab to Ted Thompson and or the fans, which if there's Viking fans out there, or if there's in Canton this weekend, I'll tell them, or hell if I guess, or if there was anyone in your area that's a Viking fan that wants to give you a little crap for with that Vikings jersey in there, and kind of remind you about that 2009 season, which it was a hell of a season. Good for Viking fans. I know it was a hellish season for the Packer fans and myself. But again, how did that season end? Throws that interception. How many Super Bowls since Brett Favre left Green Bay Packers in 2007? Ted Thompson as the GM. How many Super Bowls has Ted Thompson won? How many did the Vikings win? So I think that's all you really got to say about that. There's it's nothing too much to get yourself in a tizzy for. Don't try to make this into that drama again. I know Brett Favre, almost every situation where he can, it seems like he's willing to bring up drama. I just don't see that this is that instant where he's doing that. But anyway, I just enjoy it. I'm sure there might be a little. It's the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's not the Packers Hall of Fame. There might be some things to what he, to people that he met in Atlanta and maybe New York. I think he might skim more over that because of what happened there after he left. Jen Sturger, dick pics, and then Minnesota, and most of it's going to be about Green Bay. It's part of his career. It's something that it's going to be a couple sentences long. It's going to be in there. When he played for, or when he went inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame, I think he did that right. He did make a little bit one remark about coming out of the opponent's tunnel, how bad it was when he was a Minnesota Viking. That's fine. That's no that's probably all you want to bring up in a Packers Hall of Fame speech. But now that you're being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I'm sure there's friendships with Jared Allen, Adrian Peterson, whoever, Brad Childress, that's still going on. There's still people that he dealt with in Minnesota. He played there. That's a fact. So, and he cares about it. So just enjoy it. Just enjoy Favre being Hall of Fame. Hopefully he's a bigger presence in the Wisconsin area now that the wounds should be healed and we should just be moving on. I think the thing that would bug me out of this whole deal is if all of a sudden the Vikings, because of that 2009 season, retire Brett Favre's number. That would be the ultimate slap in the face. But with that being said, again, probably not going to happen. I don't think the Vikings want to retire a number just to jab it. And I don't think Favre would do the two after I think all but crawling on hands and knees to try to get back on the good grace of the Packer fans and the Green Bay Packers organization. So I don't see that happening. But would it totally surprise me? Probably not. It's Brett Favre. He would do it just to gain himself a little bit more attention again. Maybe after that attention dwindles in the future. But anyway, looking forward to seeing Brett Favre, getting inducted. We're starting to see a lot more of those guys that I kind of more remember getting into the Football Hall of Fame. Obviously, so a lot of those guys have been in for a while now. But Kevin Green, I remember him as a Pittsburgh Steeler, as a Carolina Panther, and of course as Green Bay Packers linebackers coach. And you think about that too. Don Shula, the current defensive coordinator for the Packers, who is also a defensive coordinator. He played for the Steelers, and as head coach when he played for the Carolina Panthers. Will be introducing him, doing a speech for Kevin Green before he gets inducted into the game. So that's kind of cool. Guys like Tony Dungy, I kind of remember when he was that new and up and coming coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back in 1995, or sorry, 96, I think was his first season. As me being 11 years old, and remember him kind of being the new hot thing. And then, of course, eventually turning around the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization from being just perennial, almost like a Detroit Lion-esque franchise to becoming, basically Super Bowl champions, albeit with John Gruden, but kind of turning around how the organization was viewed as for many years. So it should be a time Marvin Harrison, long-time Peyton Manning wide receiver, kind of see him go into. And yeah, it's a pretty cool class that's going to win this year, and should be a fun time. Excited to have the opportunity to go check it out. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this week's episode of Sports Talk 920. You can listen to the program here all week long. If you want to download the program, you can check us out here on Spreaker at Sports Talk 920, and we're on YouTube now, where all these podcasts are popping up on YouTube, so that's pretty cool. But also, if you want to follow us live all week long, we're on Twitter at ST920 at twitter.com, and also on Facebook at facebook.com/ST920. And of course, our blog. I'm just kind of thinking as I was doing the show here, I don't know if I'm going to do 10 favorite Brett Favre moments or 5. But either my favorite Brett Favre moments up in honor of him getting inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So you can check out our blog, and that's at sportstalk920.blogspot.com. But until then, I'm Mike Goodman. Thank you all for listening to this week's episode of Sports Talk 920. Good day now.